Men do not understand postpartum depression. In fact, they feel that we women coined that word to make ourselves feel good and important for birthing their children. They also think that we coined that word to emotionally blackmail them. They feel that we coined that word to just relax and not do anything just because we want to. That is why it is very funny to me when I see women that just give birth trying to impress. I don't know who they are trying to impress, but I've seen in the news, Insta blog, and some other places where somebody just gave birth 1 hour ago, and the next minute she's going to get married. I saw that news somewhere. I also saw one news where this woman just gave birth, and the next thing she's entering the kitchen to go and cook. What are you trying to cook, sister? Do you realize that there is a big wound inside your body right now? You do you know that you can easily bleed immediately after giving birth? Do you know you can slum and die just because of the stress your body has been through? The stress, the shock, the torture your body has been through trying to birth your child. Do you know that? But you are trying to do president general among the nation. Hey, you're trying to be a strong woman. Proverbs 31 woman. You are cooking 1 hour after giving birth. I've also seen a collection of videos flying around on WhatsApp and different places where they show women from different other countries, Italy, Portugal, and all others, being strong and active during pregnancy and after pregnancy. And when it comes to we Nigerian women, we always showcase the lazy side of it, the tired side of it, and everything. So they are trying to sell the narrative that is we Nigerian women that are just trying to be lazy because it is a Nigerian thing. Most often than not, most of those videos that they are circulating around are women that are into sports. Most of those videos that are circulating around are curated videos, just 1 minute. You don't know the 9 months activities that must have gone down with those people. And women and their peculiar bodies. I can be strong during pregnancy, and my friend can be very lazy and tired during pregnancy. I can be active during pregnancy, and another woman will be literally hospitalized from the beginning of pregnancy till the end. Our bodies differ and our issues differ. Whatever it is I'm carrying, whatever my issue is not the same issue with Mr. B. And the fact that Mr. A is a strong person does not now mean that you should now generalize them and say all women should be strong, and any woman that is not strong during pregnancy automatically is like we are just doing it. Men have been selling this narrative, and it's just funny to me. One of the reasons why I know that these men do not understand what postpartum depression is because my husband even said it the other time. I was telling my husband that okay, when I just gave birth, I went through postpartum depression. I was telling me I did not go through postpartum depression. I was like, how would you know? And he was like, because ah, okay, let's just stop it there. And then I started educating him, and he saw the reasons. A lot of things happened to us immediately after giving birth. I went through that, and I think I've had this discussion in one of my videos is on the channel somewhere. I know when I was pregnant, I wasn't even fat. I was literally, my body was maintained. Immediately after giving birth, I was not lactating well, and for that reason, I was made to drink akamu first thing in the morning. I loved it. Trust me, I did, because naturally I like akamu. But this time around, it was made in a very large proportion, and then we'll buy one tin milk and we'll turn the whole thing inside because we're trying to make sure that I lactated. My breast milk was just not coming. So all those things people said, do this, okay, we'll try doing that. So akamu was just the thing I was eating. And if you know akamu very well, akamu is very fattening. There were other things I was just doing that made my body change because you just gave birth. Even if you say, okay, let me just give birth and then I will hit the gym or something, you cannot do that because IDCS, some other women may not even be strong mentally and everything, and you now have a newborn baby. That shock alone is a good thing, is something that we all pray for. But then again, you are now, especially when you are just a first time mom, You are now faced with this human that is your sole responsibility. Like you have to totally, anywhere you're going to, this child will have to follow you. You are no longer alone. You are no longer single. You are no longer allowed to do just about whatever it is you deem fit. You have to carry your child along with you. And when you don't have help, and your husband has to go to work, your husband has to do things to fend for the family, what are you now going to do? You cannot even afford to eat the gym, even if you wanted to, even if the finances were there, you cannot afford to do that. Now you tell yourself that, okay, let you take slim tea. You cannot take slim tea because you are lactating. You don't know the herbs or whatever it is that they put in those tea. Your child does not need that. So you have to just stay. Do you understand? You have to just stay and free yourself and lactate your child. And lactating your child can take between 2, 3 to 6 months time. In which case, the supposed fats are sat on your body. It is going to now be very resistant to go, right? Okay, after 6 months, you are now trying to win off that fat. It is now very, very stressful. And okay, you now successfully win off the supposed fat. You get pregnant again, and the whole circle starts again. Your body goes through all those things, and you get fat. I was caught. You get caught. If you did vaginal birth, sometimes your vagina is torn. Like there's just so much that goes on with it. I prayed for my child. I prayed to God for him, and I was blessed with a child. But does that mean that the changes I'm experiencing, the pains I'm going through, of course, my body took some time to heal. Nobody told me of the shock that was going to come with his birth. Thing is, you can't even seem to express yourself. You cannot tell this person that, oh, this is what I'm feeling, because they'll be like, oh, you have to be strong for your child. For the first 6 months after birth, I was having this did I say 6 months? The first 1 year plus after giving birth, I was faced with this constant headache. Like I did not do any special thing. I would just wake up with a headache. And then when I asked a doctor, I was told that um it was the drug, the injection that I was given that was causing it. It happens most times with CS moms. I'm going through all of that psychologically in my head. Like I'm now faced with a newborn, a new child that is going to be my sole responsibility. As much as I pray for that, it is a lot of shock in one time. The shock can be so much for us that we go into depression because there's nobody to turn to, there's nobody to talk to about it, nobody to say, oh, this is how I'm feeling. Everybody wants you to be strong. And the interesting part is when you give birth, everybody is coming to see the child. Nobody's actually coming to see you. Everybody, oh, a newborn baby. Everybody's excited. Nobody's actually coming to say, oh, how are you? Like, really look you in the eye caringly and say, how are you? Everybody's concerned about the newborn, the new child that has just come into the world. You are expected to be strong. You are the mother. You should be happy that people are coming to see your child. Nobody is actually coming to see you. So if you now decide that you want, with everything that is going on with you want to now be the Proverb 31 woman, and you want to start cooking one day after giving birth, whatever happens to you, that's on you. I've seen situations. This one is not even fairy tale or on news. This was first hand. This woman had 3 children, and then she was pregnant for the fourth one. And the husband had to go out the fence to bring in money. So she literally just had to be strong for her family. She was taking care of the home, taking care of those 3 children, taking care of them, making sure that they went to school, like all those things. And then her husband had the effrontery to say one day that he does not understand how his wife does it, but his wife is a very strong woman. Okay. And then she gives birth. The whole shock and everything, she was still trying to be strong. But you cannot cheat nature. At a point, her body went into shock and she fell into psychosis. Like, it's one thing to be going through postpartum depression, is another thing to fall into postpartum psychosis. That is postpartum madness. Like your brain is so stressed that it has to shut down for you. It has to tumble and then shut down for you because you don't want to shut down for it. Ah, do you hate yourself so much? Men do not understand what you're going through. So it's how you present yourself. That is how they are going to see you. If you just finish giving birth and the next thing you're carrying broom and they will leave everything for you. If you do ah soft and they are going to follow you like that. There's no reward, there's no award for suffering. So give yourself the permission to rest. When she went into postpartum psychosis, this man had the effrontery to take her to a psychiatric home and got a nanny for the children. Why didn't he get this nanny before? Why didn't he get a house help before when the woman was being stressed and all? Why didn't he get the nanny? You would want to ask all those. I am of the opinion that I do not want a help, not because of anything, not because um my husband is against it or anything. My husband is very open to that. I do not want to have help, or I do not want to get a help because of all the things I've heard of helps. The way they come in, treat your children and all, the way they come in with their different spirits. And I've seen a lot of things to know that I personally would not like to have a help. But if push comes to shove, if it is getting out of hand, if I am being stressed, I'm going to have to get a help. I will do that for myself. I will do that so that I can pursue my dreams without having to overthink things. I will do that so that I can pursue my dream without having to um overstress myself to meet up with both my career and my home. That does not mean that I'm not going to pay attention to my children. Of course, if I have a help, I'm a business person. By God's grace, we are praying to God that He will bless us enough to be able to get a car for that. My husband will be able to get a car for me, or I'll be able to get a car for myself. So when we have a car, I can easily drive my children and the help to my shop when they are not in school, and I'm going to have a eye on them. So that way, they are being taken care of. I'm watching them, and I'm going after my dreams and aspirations. And of course, the spiritual factor cannot be overstressed. If you're thinking of getting house help, make sure that you're very, very spiritually strong. Personally, if I have to, like if it is something that I can help, I would not want a house help. But if I have to do that for my sake, for my children, for my mental health, I will do that. Because the day I leave this world, like I've said before, the day I leave this world, God forbid, untimely. I always tell my husband this thing, and then he says I'm always being negative, but it's the truth. The day you leave, the man is too loving, is too caring, he mourned you so much, he's going to mourn you for 1 year. It's his family members that are going to come and tell him that are you sure you will not get a another wife? Your children need to be taken care of. Oh. You need to go to work. If the man loves you so much, 1 year, if not 3 months, 4 months, they have brought a new wife to the house. Oh. You they have moved on. Life has continued. Ulus. And your children will have to grow up without you because you refuse to take care of yourself. If there's one thing I am so scared of, is me going and leaving my children behind. Like nobody will understand what I went through praying to God for my child. Nobody will understand the emotional stress that I had to go through giving birth to my child. Nobody will understand the sacrifices I had to make taking care of my child. So if I go, someone would definitely have to take my shoe, and they will never treat your child the way you would treat your child. So if you are so stupid that you don't want to take care of yourself for yourself, take care of yourself for your children. Nobody can train your children for you. Oh. Nobody. No matter how good that person is, nobody can train your child for you. So if you do not want to take care of yourself for yourself, take care of yourself for your children. Relax for your children. Give yourself the permission to rest for your children. Is how you present yourself, is how you do these things. I'm not saying that if you have the strength, don't do things, right? But when you just give birth, that is a whole new level of stress. Your body is in shock. Your body went through stress because you went to give birth and it was not so stressful for you. You think it was just easy. Do you know how? Please take care of yourself. Do that for your children. Do that for your family. Your children deserve to have a happy mom. Your children deserve to have a well rested mom. Your children deserve you to be with them and to watch them grow. Do it for them. Okay? If you're seeing this video to this point, thank you for sticking. Welcome to this channel. I know I've not introduced myself. I'm your baby girl, Josephine Kinichi. I'm a wife, a mom of one, a makeup artist. And on this channel, we'll talk lifestyle, makeup, skincare, vlogs, and YouTube growth. So click on that subscribe button, become a family member already. It's all good vibe around here. Trust me, you're going to enjoy this space. We are building a community of like-minded women and men that can be free to go after their dreams and just express themselves. So follow my journey, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video.